Hey guys, what's up? Bangry K9 here, back again on the Unnamed Server, and today we're going to head on over into the end and take a look at the work that I've done on the end farm. I do have it done. I still got to do some work on the track that leads back and forth between the portal and the farm, but as for the farm, it is done, completed from top to bottom all the way up, and seems to be working quite well. Afterwards, I'm going to head into the mines here under the mine base, and I'm going to go into a ravine that I discovered and take a look around there and see what kinds of interesting things I can find. I'd really like to find an abandoned mine shaft. I haven't found one of those yet, and I could certainly use one. Not really sure why. Since I finished the Enderman Farm, I don't need the string, and that would be kind of the reason why I would want it. Also, I want to talk a little bit about my channel, about the schedule I want to keep, and about the Forever Night Let's Play that I started, and also about the Echoing the Greats Let's Play. I do intend to bring that one back, and I think I finally decided on whether or not I'm going to do it here on the server or do it as a single player Let's Play. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and also maybe, just maybe, might be able to convince one of the other guys to join us and come down into the ravine there. There's nobody else online right now, but most of the guys start popping up here in a few minutes, so I'm going to see if maybe I can get one of them to join us. If not, we'll just go alone. So yeah, I'll be back, guys, as soon as I get into the end. We'll meet up over there and we'll take a look. We're going to take the quick way down. Phalantus put all of this in here. You can check out his video. He wanted a safe way to get back and forth to the portal there, Enderman proof way from getting over there. Got the basic water drop here. Just drop down here, and I'm going to change all this. There is still going to be a water drop here, but probably going to take the trail on up to the bottom of the island there and just bring it up to the bottom to carry the track on. I did have this track in here. Carry the track on up that way. Probably have a ladder, or maybe I'll bring back the old minecart elevator here as well so that you can go straight up here. But I don't really see any need to go up here and then go across there. If we can just take it through there. So yeah, I've got the track in place here. I've got all of the powered rails. That's what I'm trying to say. The powered rails with the detector rails here. About, I don't know, every 10 blocks I think I got 10 regular tracks through them. On this side I have ice blocks underneath these half slabs. As you can see, I kind of move. That way we can do the super fast charge here. Run all the way across. And it's regular ice, it's not packed ice. I have glass on that side. Nothing fancy. It's wide here, though. The ice path is too wide, and a lot of people just make it one wide, but when you're running up against the wall, sometimes it's hard to keep sprinting. You know, you bump into the wall and you lose your sprint. So, yeah, I've made it too wide so that we can do that. And it ends right here where these half slabs are. It ends right under here. So these slabs don't have ice on them underneath them. This one does, so we can just run back and forth there. Unfortunately, it makes your hunger go by pretty quick. So yeah, and I need to adjust the volume on my headset here because everything was far too loud. So in here we have, as you can see, a lot of carpeting and a lot of chests. And what I have right here, I think For You to Envy was really the only one to notice it. At least he's the only one that said anything about it. I do have UNS. Unnamed Server. UNS. U the blue, the N is the purple, and the S is the cyan wool. So if anybody was wondering, that is what that is, guys. And I have officially named this the Timanus Memorial Enderman Farm. Obviously, that's named after Darth Timanus, who used to be on the server, but had to leave the server for real-life reasons. So we're always kind of hoping that maybe one day he'll come back. But in the meantime, this Enderman Farm is officially named the Timanus Memorial Enderman Farm. And over here we have lots of chests, and the guys on the server can claim a chest. The great Fubi Superstar here has claimed a chest and has all kinds of stuff in there that I can steal. I mean, admire. And Jefferson has his chest there. And I set up some chests over here with watermelon and some chicken. I wonder everything in the item frames is backwards. And we have some materials here so that folks can make iron, armor, like I have now, maybe some tools, weapons, things like that. Obviously, the goal is to have full diamond gear, but I like to have armor gear. I like to have iron gear for when I go caving and out into the wilderness and things like that. That way, if I die, and it's pretty much inevitable that I will die, I don't have to worry too much about it if I lose it. Got some extra string there for making bows and fishing rods, since you can enchant fishing rods now. Obviously wood for sticks. And we got some signs here that folks can use to put on the chests, put the name on them. I've got some various free stuff here. And these chests pretty much for, you know, when you enchant something, if you don't want it, you can just toss it in there. Or you can, of course, come over here to the other side and toss it right into the item disposal chest. Anything you put in here will get sent out into the void. And I used the trap chest here intentionally, because you notice when the trap chest is open, anything you put in here stays in here. That way, if you accidentally put something in there that you don't want to get rid of, like your armor or your weapons or something like that, you can get it back out. In the old world, I didn't use a trap chest, so anything you put in here immediately started going out into the void. And I don't remember who it was. I think it was Fubi. Might have been Colisimo. I don't know. One of those guys had put something in there they didn't want to put in there. I think it was a sword. Maybe it was a pick. And it just immediately went out into the void, and they lost it. So I used a trap chest here to avoid that. All these other chests are empty here. Somebody put a chest over here for bows and iron swords. Of course, I've got these over here with some leather and some sugar cane, books and paper. The leather and cane and paper obviously is so that you can make books. I've got a few books here. And this is all community stuff for anybody to use. And over here, just like in the old world, we have some chests here for some enchantments. If you enchant books that you don't really want, like all these Bane of Arthropods books, these are pretty useless, I think. Probably get rid of them. We don't have a spider farm on the server that I'm aware of. I think Ryzen has one near his base, but I think that's the only one. I'm thinking about maybe trying to find a spawner and build one. Of course, we've got different armor enchantments here. Feather Falling 4. I guess that's not really that rare. It seems to be more common now since they've added all the unbreaking, things like that. Now you can get multiple enchants on one book. In this case, Smite 4, Knockback, Projectile Protection. You can use that either on a sword and get the Smite and Knockback enchants, or you can use it on armor and it'll give you the Projectile Protection enchant. We've got quite a few protection books in there. So yeah, and of course got the minecart chest here for a supply of minecarts and ender chest. But and that's really all there is to show. Got the enchantment station over there with a chest here with some extra anvils. Another ender chest over there. Anvil back there, workbench. Just like I showed you in the first one. Now this farm actually has two modes here. You have this XP mode where the Endermen fall and they land on the soul sand here. There are hoppers under the soul sand and under this white and black row of carpeting. So when you kill these guys, you can get all the XP you need. And it works pretty well. On the old world, the old Enderman Farm I built, it would always slow down at about level 24. But this one doesn't seem to do that. So we can just sit here and pick on Enderman, and we actually get so many XP orbs floating around that it blinds you sometimes. And all the Ender Pearls that they drop just hit the soul sand, and they drop right through the soul sand into the hoppers down below. As you can see, we are already at level 23. I don't know what I had when I started with. I know it wasn't too much. But level 25, level 26, and you can see I cannot empty this trap out. It is working much better than on the old world. And there are a couple of reasons for that. I did a lot of research before I built this one. It's level 30. Anyway, I did a lot of research before I built this one. And I pretty much found out that the reason why some of the older end farms that I had built would stop at level 24, you have to kind of wait for them to fill up, was because of that LC value there in the corner. You can see LC is 127 now, and the Enderman Farm goes up to level 127, and then it stops. And if that LC value goes over that, well, that's going to negatively affect the efficiency of the farm. Anything above level 127, since that's far enough away, you can see we are on level 2, so 127 puts it outside of, what was that, 125 blocks away. So they'll despawn pretty quickly up there if they don't fall down right away. Sometimes they might even despawn in mid-fall. I think it's 128 blocks. Anything outside of that will despawn instantly. So you don't want to go over that. You want to stay as close to the player as you can. So everybody says pretty much keep your end farm, your LC value at 127, keep your end farm at that. So that's what I did here. Another thing that I noticed is if your LC value is set to a certain number, and it will increase as you get, I think if you start at level 1 here, LC value will be 15, so 0 to 15. And then once you reach level 16, the LC value will change to 32. And then I think it goes on to 48 after that. It goes in increments of 16, which is one chunk. That's what LC stands for, is loaded chunks. So I believe one of the problems I was having, and I've noticed this actually while I was building this, the LC value at one point in time was up to, I think, 110 or 112 or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but my end farm actually, the last spawning layer, the last spawning layer was at like level 90, 91 or something like that. And I got that same slowdown when I got to 24 XP levels. But once I went ahead and built the Enderman Farm up so that the top level was at whatever that LC value is, the spawn rate was a lot better. I didn't get that slowdown. So it seems like as long as you keep that LC value below 127, obviously, and if you make sure that your last spawning layer is as close to that LC value as you can get without going over the 127, it seems to have a good effect of really efficient spawn rates there. So you can see that was pretty quick. It didn't take me at all very long to get to 32 levels, and it did not slow down. So hopefully I've solved that problem for good, and let me turn that off. And while we're over here, I've got some books in my ender chest. Let's go ahead and enchant one just for the fun of it, see what we get. Hopefully get something good. Come on, come on, come on. Big money, big money. Sharpness, protection, and efficiency. Wow. Okay, well the efficiency 4 is definitely a good thing. Not too concerned about the sharpness or the protection. I've got quite a bit of those already. That efficiency 4 will definitely come in handy. So I'm going to just toss that right in there. That was actually one of the better enchants. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and put my armor on, just so I don't forget it later. So yeah, and you can see we have a cow running around here. Moo. Hello, Bessie. I have to get a name tag and name you. And the reason why we have cows running loose in here is because of this back here. And I've got some extra storage here. Originally, I was keeping all the building materials in here. Now that I've got this thing done, don't really have many building materials to keep in here. And to the guys on the server, if you want this cobblestone or this netherrack or anything in this chest here, this miscellaneous chest, I always use a stick to indicate miscellaneous. If you guys want any of this stuff here, feel free to take it. Take all you want. All that netherrack there. Cook it up, make nether brick. You can take all that cobblestone, anything in here, all these dyes, the wools, whatever you want there. I want to keep the rest of these chests empty for now. I'm probably going to start putting the books in over here. We'll kind of use this as a library so that we have more storage space. We tend to run out pretty quick with just 4 chests. So I'll probably take them out of those chests over there and toss them in here. So anyway, the reason why that cow is running around is because Phalanthus wanted a cow farm back here so that we can get leather to make books. And I set this area up, and despite what they said, despite Jeb's tweets and his claims to the contrary, Mojang has not fixed the problem with animals getting out of fence posts. That's why these cows are running around, because they are glitching right through these fence posts. And sometimes, since there are so many in here, sometimes you can literally stand here and watch it happen. Doesn't happen too frequently, but sometimes it does. So yeah, we've always got cows running around over here, and I set up a reed farm, sugarcane farm, whatever you want to call it, and this wheat farm here. The wheat is obviously so that we can breed the cows, and we have some chests over here. There's another cow. got some wheat here and seeds, and sugar cane over here, and a couple more chests with bone meal so that we can harvest and replant the wheat really quickly, and don't have to wait for it. Some furnaces here, workbench, just your general kind of stuff that you'd probably expect to find. So yeah, on the next level up, this is something that Ryzen wanted. He seems to like to store a whole bunch of stuff in the end farm. So he requested that I build a large storage area. So that's what I did here. You can see I have each wing of the storage area color-coded. And it looks like Phalantus has claimed a couple of chests down here in the red wing. Of course, we have the green wing and the blue wing, which I believe Ryzen has taken some chests there. And this here is the cyan wing, not really a wing. It's not really designed for storage. There's some furnaces here, and of course one of those anvils everywhere. It's got some chests here. Originally I'd planned on storing some coal here for the furnaces, but I really don't like keeping coal in public storage areas because it tends to disappear. And hello CPU, Mr. Blaze UK. Of course there's the yellow wing, and I was actually thinking about claiming this area myself, but honestly I really don't even need that many chests. I've got the purple wing over here, and the orange wing, and I did claim some chests back here in the brown wing, 4 of them, but I'll probably never even use them. I don't know, I might. It is actually a good possibility that I will use at least one of them, but I'm very sure that I'm going to use all 4 of them. So, and I put the carpeting in over here with, you can see each, whoop, didn't want to do that. Whatever wing it is, brown, whatever color the carpet is in the wing, right here, so that you can see easily when you come up. Just remember, you know, oh, I put my chests in the red carpeted, the red wing area, and you can see on the floor here where that's at, and just run to it. That way you don't have to run here and say, well, was it this one? Or, you know, you don't have to keep looking. I didn't want to make everything look the same so that you had a way to identify where your chests were easily so that you didn't have to run to every one and try to find them. So yeah, and of course I could have put a couple of ender chests here, and I just needed something to fill that space. And I didn't want to use workbenches or anvils, so I just threw in some ender chests. So yeah, everybody can pretty much claim a chest. I thought Ryzen said he needed 5. I guess he needed more. So I don't know how many guys are going to claim chests over here. So if they need one, so be it. And down in the front area there, the original storage area, obviously they can claim 1 chest up there. I'd really like them to keep it down to 1. And this goes all the way around. It just loops around, comes out over here. Yeah, so anyway, and I forgot to mention this before. I mentioned the hoppers under here, and those lead over to these chests where we have ender pearls, ender pearls, ender pearls, all the ender pearls you could ever want. And once these chests are full, all the ender pearls go out to an automatic disposal system. And Ryzen had said something about, I think it was Ryzen, had mentioned something about what happens if you accidentally drop your pick or your sword or something down here, something you want to keep. It will be automatically disposed of because this is not sorted, so I went ahead and put this lever here. As long as it's down, everything will dispose of automatically, but if for some reason you're paranoid, you can just throw the switch up and that will more or less turn off the auto disposal system. Only problem with this is it tends to back up these hoppers up here, and when they get to the point where everything's hanging around up here, it clogs up the system, and then you got to go back and clear it out manually, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, so that's what that's for. And this item disposal chest here just goes to the same place right back here. And this is behind those chests. Obviously this item elevator here is the same one I built in the old world in my mind. Here's the hopper that comes from underneath the Enderman. The ender pearls or whatever work their way up over here and up to these droppers and across this hopper chain and down into here if these chests are not full. If they are, which they are, and all these hoppers are full, everything will work its way around this chain over here to the automatic disposal system. And it's just a simple circuit, just your standard comparator with your Oh, what am I looking for here? Repeater. Wow. Losing it. Anyway, you got your comparator, and I'm stepping on that pressure plate. That scares me every time because I think somebody's sneaking up on me. Comparator, anything it hits in there will cause that comparator to fire, and it just loops back around. Just a comparator clock, and it just disposes of everything. There's a dropper over there that tosses it right out into the void, and I actually have that dropper facing down, which is a pretty good trick considering I'm standing on level 2, and I had to die a few times to get it facing down. Originally I had it pointing out this way, but I noticed that anytime it was in operation, when somebody would run by, they would pick up whatever was being spit out, so I wanted it to point straight down. So I dug a hole, or busted a hole in the floor here, and I jumped through the hole, and as I was falling into the void, I tried to place it real quick. I think I had to kill myself like 4 times to get that to work. I finally got it placed right, and yeah, so got it pointed down, so that way we don't have that problem. On this side here, I just got a little area here that I set up for spare building materials. Originally I had them all on the other side, but this is what we got left after building all of this. So I just wanted to keep some spare stuff around here for general repairs and things like that, so that's what this is for. This is not really community material here, so I kind of hope we can hold on to it in case we need to do any repair work on the end farm. And this is just access to the outside and to the upper level of pistons here. And you got a little viewing area here so you can see all the Endermen. And these pistons fire whenever you put this into Ender Pearl collection mode, and I'll show you that here in a second. These pistons fire real quick and then retract to kill any Enderman standing up. Let me run down here real quick, and these are the lower pistons here that control the soul sand. They are connected to a T flip-flop right here. That's what this is. This comes out and operates that, and this redstone torch here leads to the circuit up to the top, which controls those pistons up there, and that is what this piston is for. That has something to do with that, part of the T flip-flop. And this chest here this is actually the T flip-flop right here. This is all King Happy's design, so this chest here is part of that, so that we can have something. I think it's, what do I have here? I've got a slime ball in there somewhere. Probably over here in that dropper. Yeah, there it is. And that just sits there until you hit the button. And that will be dispensed into this dropper, thrown into the chest, back into the hopper, and just loop right back around. And it's just a little T flip-flop. And the comparator is there. So, yeah, it works really great. It's actually a nice compact T flip-flop. And I'm guessing that King Happy designed it, not really sure. But all of this Enderman Farm, at least the farm itself, is his design. As I said in my last episode, I did link that, and I'll probably go ahead and link it again. So, anyway, I said that I wanted to come out here and show you the dual mode. That's what I was talking about with the T flip-flop. When you hit this button, all these Endermen standing here will die instantly. There's a couple of them that will survive. They usually have maybe like an extra half heart of damage when they fall. You just come over and whack them, and they die instantly. Well, not all the time. Sometimes you got to hit them twice or 3 times in that case. So, yeah, sometimes they don't always die. They aren't one-hit kills. But basically what this is for is, you know, these guys just keep falling down and dying, and the Ender Pearls will go into those hoppers there and work their way over there. But we really don't need that since those chests are full. So we just leave it in XP mode. You can see this thing fills up pretty quick. So, yeah, it's quite efficient, works really well. A little bit of a transparency problem here with the glass. I don't know why. Oh well. But yeah, so it works really well. So that is it. That is the Unnamed Server's Enderman Farm, the Timanus Memorial Enderman Farm. I think it looks good. I like it. Can't say much for my color choices or designs in the carpet, but like I said, I like it, so that's all that counts, right? As long as I like it, and as long as it does what it's supposed to do, that is all that matters. So yeah, I'm just looking at the time on this video, and I'm realizing that I am running far too long. So I'm going to head on over to that ravine, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time over there. Maybe we'll get lucky and see if I can find an abandoned mine shaft right away. But I'm not really sure if I even have one anywhere close to the mine base. Hopefully I do. So we'll find out. I'm going to run over there and just kind of spend a little bit of time derping around in the ravine. Not going to spend too much time because, like I said, I am running long. So I'll be back as soon as I get to the ravine. Alright, here we are. And there's a zombie. Already. So, we're down in the mines, and this is the ravine. And I have been in here a little bit. Just kind of looked around just in the initial area here. And these are actually parts of my branch mine that come right out here. And I did throw in some cobblestone up here. But that's all that I've done. And there's a skeleton running around here somewhere. So my main goal is obviously to light this up. See what kinds of fun things I might be able to find. I'd really like to find an abandoned mine shaft. But probably not going to find one here. But you never know. So it looks like we're already at the end. There's quite a bit of coal up there. Let's see here. I don't have any blocks with me, so let me get one to stop that water. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to do that. Let's just do the old torch trick. Get rid of water source blocks with a torch. Nothing to it. I learned that trick by watching, I think, one of Biffa's videos, and it's been pretty handy ever since. Normally I would just carry blocks with me and fill them in, but I don't have to do that now. So nothing interesting here. There is some coal up there, and I want to get that because I'm short on coal. Let's see if I can get up there. Get some blocks while I'm at it. Come in handy if I can get in there. Doggone it. Yeah, so anyway, about my channel, I want to try to keep a schedule where I'm releasing the Unnamed Server episodes on Mondays. And what I was going to do with Forever Night, I've only released one episode of that. And I have to say, I've been kind of playing in that world, and I'm not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. It's really just kind of a pain in the neck to have to do all that work and have to dodge mobs and just dying so many times. I died 7 times just trying to put up a perimeter around my base. So I'm not really having any fun with it. So I'm probably not going to do any more episodes than that. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to bring back the Echoing the Great series as a single-player world. And we're going to go ahead and continue with Monkey Farm Second World LP base recreation. The next thing I need to do is the enchantment area. The brewing area. Actually, it's kind of both enchantment and brewing rolled into one. So that'll be the next one I do. But I'm not going to do that until Optifine and Camera Studio update so that I can do time lapses again. If you see the last episode of that. Hi, Skelly. Suck it. Don't shoot me. If you look at the last episode of Echoing the Greats, you'll see I did a third-person time lapse. And I really kind of like doing that thing, that kind of format. So I can't really do it as it is now. I use Camera Studio for that. And since we did just update to Minecraft 1.7.2, I've got to wait for Camera Studio to update, as well as Optifine. So I'm going to wait for those two to update, and once they are updated and I have them installed, I'll be able to continue that series. There's a lot of water coming down there, but I want this gold right now. I did see some iron back there, but I really don't need that. So yeah, Unnamed Server, I'll take it anyway. Unnamed Server on Mondays. And the plan is to have Echoing the Greats come back on Thursdays. And I'm not going to continue doing the Forever Night series because, like I said, I just don't enjoy it. It's really just more trouble than it's worth. And there is no point in making a video in something you don't enjoy. So I'm not going to do it. Sorry for if anybody did like it. I know for you to Envy really liked it. But Envy, if you want to, you're more than welcome to pick up the series yourself and do your own single-player Forever Night series. It's just not something I want to do, at least not right now. Maybe in the future I'll bring it back, but for now I'm just not really enjoying it, and I don't want to do something that I don't enjoy. I did enjoy Echoing the Greats. I really like recreating stuff. Some of my favorite builds from some of my favorite Minecrafters and my Let's Players. Again, I have Monkey Farm Space going on, and I wanted to recreate some stuff from Biffa and B00, Asuma, and let's see who else. A couple things from Corrales. Some of that stuff I might do on this server, though, not as part of Echoing the Greats, but just in general. And I don't really want to talk too much about what I want to recreate. Leave that as a surprise. Get rid of that water there. Leave that. I didn't want to get caught in the water. I'm going to leave that as a surprise. I like how that waterfall comes down and there's this cave right behind it. That's really neat. There's too many torches though. 3, and we're looping back around 2 and 1. And I've lost sight of the actual ravine now, so I guess this is not a ravining episode, but a caving episode in general. Brought some extra torches here. I even got some slime balls out of that. That was pretty neat. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just kind of try to keep to that schedule. I was a little bit late with my episode last week. Trying to release it on Monday. I didn't put it out until, Thursday? But that was just because I had several technical difficulties and was working on the End Farm so much, and that really consumed a lot of my time. And I didn't really want to do a lot of that work on camera because I knew it was going to be time consuming as it is. And there's really no point in recording a whole lot of placing and breaking blocks. Right? Caving episodes are usually much more interesting. And, yeah, so that's where we stand with that. And, Unnamed Great's world, or the Forever Night world. I had all kinds of problems anyway after I updated to 1.7.2. The death counter screwed up. And, yeah, I had to redo it. And I had died several times and then lost. And I had to die quite a few times intentionally just to get the number back to where it was. And that was really kind of more trouble than it was worth. And just various other things. I logged in at one point in time, and all of my stuff was gone. I don't know why, but everything I had in my inventory was gone. And it was just really strange. I couldn't explain it. I thought maybe I just set it into a chest somewhere and just, forgot about it. But I looked everywhere, no chest. And it was just really just doomed before it got started, I guess. So there's grass glowing. What is that? Oh, I put that there. It's grass growing down here in the caves. That on dirt even. That's really strange. I don't I don't get that, but I don't know. Very quirky game. Hi. Die. I said die. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, wow, look at this. Nice. I put that there too, that cobblestone. So it's a nice round room here. I like this cavern. This is really cool. Got some mushrooms down there, some gold. Oh, so many. Oh, looky there. Mr. Creeper. Go sizzle somewhere else. He's got to be dead by now. Wow. Tough creeper. Not that tough, though. I better eat real quick, huh? So, yeah, guys, that's where I stand. That's what I want to do, and hopefully I'll be able to keep to that schedule. I do have a full-time job, so that makes it kind of difficult to do a whole bunch of series, but I do kind of want to do a single-player thing, and I do want to stick on the Unnamed server here as well, but the Forever Night thing, it seemed like a lot of fun at first, but it really turned out to be more trouble than it's worth. Got to thinking about all the things I really wouldn't be able to do. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of exploring. So you might remember I started the Echoing the Great series on the old world of the Unnamed server. And I do have a copy of that world, the final copy that we had before we changed to this world. So I was thinking about just going ahead and continuing with that world as is. But I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and look at a few different seeds and try to find a nice large ocean where I can use MC Edit to copy my island into, as well as the island that houses, well, not the whole island, but the work I've done so far on Monkey Farm's recreation. I might just copy all those chunks in there with MC Edit into a new map generated in this version, 1.72, and that way we'll also have some new biomes and everything to explore, as opposed to just using the existing world and then updating it and having all kinds of chunk errors and things like that, rough chunk borders and stuff like that. That way it'll, and also it just, I mean, there's a lot to that world that I just don't need. All of the bases from the other guys and everything like that. So yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and keep the resources I already have stored at my island base instead of starting all over on that. I don't really see any need to go back to all the grinding and everything like that. I did have quite a bit of resource built up, but it's better to do that. That way I don't have to spend any time grinding, since all the grinding has already been done. Seems fair enough to me. And I am using a fortune pick, by the way, so we got here quite a bit of coal. I'd like to find diamonds, and I would like to find a mine shaft, but coal is a good thing. I don't want to waste my fortune pick. So we'll run over here and take a quick look at this dead end, it looks like. Nope, nope, there's more to it. I really don't need this iron. I've got so much. Uh-oh, skeleton. Uh-oh, he saw me. Ow! Looks like he's got a flame bow there. That's not nice. Oh. Okay, I went out. So, yeah. So I think that's going to do it, guys. I am running way long on this video here. Just wanted to kind of tell you what was going on, keep you up to date, and wanted to show you that Enderman Farm. And I have long since lost the ravine, so I'm going to have to find my way out of here. I just can't get over that grass growing on the dirt in a cave. Yeah, so, oh, hi, Mob Central. Ow! If I didn't know any better, I think these guys don't like me. Kind of mad that I invaded their private little clubhouse, I guess. What is it with these zombies? Hey, don't blow up. Yeah, this sword I have isn't really all that great. I think it's a Bane of Arthropods sword. Yeah. So, oh, a chicken. Why is there a chicken in this cave? Where did he come from? It's a very odd place to find a chicken. I don't know, maybe there's an opening to the surface somewhere. Hi, slime. Bye, slime. I have to say, that's the first time I've ever found just a chicken just randomly hanging out in a cave. Maybe Calissimo was down here and I didn't know it. Secretly planting chickens in my caves. So, yeah, like I said, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I'm running way long, and I do apologize for that. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. Thanks for watching. My name is Angry K9, and I will see you next time.